Hello, viewers. Welcome to another episode of the Woman Podcast, where we bring around experts to speak to us and give us value, right, on life-related issues and matters. And with me today is a business investment professional. He's also a life coach that specializes in self-development and business management. He co-founded the Amborion Consulting LLC, and he leads the Ambassador Summit Africa, a major leadership conference. He's a fellow of the Institute of Management Consultants. He has mentored professionals across multiple industries and consulted on visa and migration matters. Ladies and gentlemen, join me as I welcome to the podcast Dr. Prince Joshua Oyeniyi. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Good to see you.
Welcome. This year's Whole Man Conference, we're talking about Emergence, and very key thing to Emergence is clarity of purpose. So can you tell us how can a man discover his purpose?
Thank you very much. So, essentially, the word emergence is very close to rising, very close to positioning, very close to exhibition, right? And if there is anybody who has exemplified what it means to emerge, I take that from scriptures. In Matthew 5 verse 16, the scripture says that, let your light so shine that men may see your good works and glorify your Father who is in heaven. So basically, if you are doing anything good, you must make sure that you are not hiding, because nobody sees you when you wink in the dark. So basically, emerging means putting yourself in front of people, rising out of the ruins of life or challenges, and give yourself a shot at becoming a success, a shot at becoming somebody to be reckoned with. I'll leave it at that for now.
Thank you very much. So you need a whole lot of light basically to rise, and that's basically the essence of what Emergence is. So you agree with me that destiny, partnerships, and relationships are key when we talk about emergence and purpose and life mission, right? So how can we build the right destiny partnerships, relationships, tune into the right voices that will help to push us to the right path when it comes
So
to
I'll share a personal story. About 10 years ago, I attended a small event like this, somewhere on the island in Lagos. And when I was leaving the event, I just muttered a prayer, who do I meet here? Lord, just direct me. And then at the very back of the, of the event hall, so to speak, there was a young man there that had a kind of a challenge with his hand or something. So I went to him and I said, how are you doing, sir? How is everything? And he told me what he was into. He told me, when I told him what I was into as well, so we struck a partnership. We struck a relationship that I didn't ever knew from anywhere, right? But guess what? I gave him a platform to also give visibility to what he was doing at the time. And then 3 months afterwards, he reached out to me to tell me, there is a particular opportunity that I want you to apply for, that if you apply for, you might just get, something out of it. But guess what? That opportunity that I applied for became one of the biggest opportunities of my life, because I won an award called the Global Student Entrepreneur Awards in Nigeria. I represented Nigeria at the Global Finals in Washington, D.C. from that same award. I got a $5,000 grant money from that same award. I got a scholarship to Business School Netherlands from that same award. I got a 1 terabyte laptop from Microsoft from that same award. And I got to be on Voice of America TV in Washington from that same meeting. So, and on, when I got back to Nigeria, Tony Elumelu gave me a grant. And then so has been the journey since then, because I met somebody that was strategic to my emergence, right? I needed him because he was running a platform online where people could access opportunities. So he was close to getting those opportunities and he could readily share them with me. So I would say that for you to succeed, there is no single tree that can make a forest. You must align with people of like minds, like purpose, whether they're young or old, know how to strike quality relationships and nurture them, right? So that when the time comes, you will be in the space for you to shine, for you to emerge.
That's deeply profound. You just imagine just one person has brought into your life like a torpedo of opportunities.
Of events and opportunities and and privileges.
Like, that's great. So I want to ask, how can one bridge the gap between where one is currently and where one wants to be in the future? Basically, just bridge the gap between potential and then
Yes.
what can be a marvelous future.
Realize where you currently are, right? Understand your current position. This is not where I want to be, okay? And understand that that is your reality. But beyond that, take pen to paper, write down. Where do I want to really be? This is where I am now. Where do I want to really be in another 3 years, in another 5 years? For example, as a person, I just did a 7-year plan right now about setting, milestones I want to achieve. I'll achieve one by 2027, I'll achieve one by 2028 ending, I'll achieve the other one by maybe 2031 or something. So I put all of those things down. This is where I want to get to. Write it down. The scripture says, write down the vision, make it plain upon the tables, that he that readeth it may run. If you don't have something that you are looking up to, how can you run after it? So I would say, make sure you know what you are currently are, the state you are, and know where you are going to. For example, let's say, right now I'm not earning up to 100,000, for example, but in another 3 years, I want to be earning, say, ~1 million naira, right? That's a vision statement. How do I get there? Put that down as your implementation plan. Maybe say I want to start a YouTube faceless channel, or say I want to start branding for events, or say I want to start selling a particular product that is in vogue and that is doing well. That is a vision statement and an action plan. If you follow it, judiciously and tentatively, you will get to that destination probably even shorter than the time that you estimated. So I would say, write the vision, write down the action plans, and then seek other stakeholders to help you actualize that vision. And in no time, you will get there.
That's very key. So you need a vision, right? So bridge that gap between where you are and where you hope to be. So I went with this. You have a vast experience when it comes to leadership. I mean, you basically pioneer a conference, the Ambassadors Summit, right now. And you know that in our society, there's a very, very, very noticeable gap, and that's the gap of leadership. Basically, young men do not really have mentors. They're in a society that validates just a whole lot of nonsense and vices, that rewards people because of, they can just basically come out and make a caricature of themselves, and then society basically validates a whole lot of vices. Cuts across from politics to entertainment to everything. So what do you think we can do as a society to change that narrative and close that gap of leadership?
Our value system is poor. Our value system is in ruins. We don't have what we stand up for, right? And that's why anything goes in a system. Thankfully, I've been privileged to be in certain climes of the world where quality, values, and leadership are upheld with very strict adherence, right? So we belong in a society where money is a god, where people think that once you have money, you are everything. It doesn't matter whether you are a good person, whether you're a bad person, or whether you are a bully, or whether it doesn't matter. We need to begin to redefine our value system. And that will start from the smallest unit of society, which is the family, right? Our parents must begin to teach our children good morals, good value system. Make sure you understand the beauty of dignity that comes with labor, working with your hands. Make sure you understand the beauty of respect for your fellow man. Make sure you understand the dignity of following others, following laws in society. For example, I know people come, when they travel abroad, they follow traffic rules, but when they come here, they jump the red lights, right? Because we don't understand that in our system. But when you go elsewhere, that's what the system understands. That's what they hold on to. You follow suit. So we must have that kind of change of orientation as a people here. And once we begin to do that, it will begin to filter all the way. Because guess what? The man that we are thinking is causing the issue because he's a leader, he's a governor, he's a president, was once raised by a parent, was once raised in a society. So what values did he get from those people around him that made him become who he is today? That's where we should start the issue from, right? So ultimately, we'll begin. It's a long haul. It's a marathon, but we will get there, right? And I would say to those who are listening, you see, you cannot just come out and say, I want to change the world. I want to change my environment. I want to change my society. Begin with yourself. Begin with realizing and realigning your life with the value system that you expect the world to operate by. Hopefully that value system is fair, it's equitable, and it is, it's worthy of emulation. So I would say to everyone, the value system that you have, that you build, can ultimately become a game changer if we get it right from the very basic foundation.
Thank you very much for all the insights that you've shared. And I trust that all our listeners and our viewers have definitely been impacted. We have picked one or two, or even far much more from the things that you've shared. Thank you so very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
On the Whole Man podcast. So we say to all our listeners, do well to stick around to more episodes of value giving, enriching things that will come from this podcast. Do well to stick around. Thank you very much.
Thank you.